Hey guys, Maniac here, and I'm here with some more Maniac reviews. And today for Maniac reviews, I'm gonna be reviewing Pain and Gain, the movie all about the American dream.
America, fuck yeah, coming again to see.
Alright, so Pain and Gain. First things on about this movie, I biked to this movie, about a 50-minute bike, but I worked my butt off, and I could say it was worth it. Yeah, I would say it was worth the bike ride. And I'll get to why I think that in a second. But first, let's get to characters. So we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who is playing a big muscle builder, not new for this series. I remember a lot of the actors, like the three kind of main guys, I remember only by their actor's name. Some of the other minor ones I remember by their character names. Anyways, who's this big body lifter? He's been to prison. He's been, he was an ex-coke addict, but later on in the movie becomes a one again. Spoiler alert. And is also huge Christian, like big on Jesus and all that fun stuff. Jesus, man. Mark Wahlberg's character. He was, if I remember correctly, again, bodylifter. Ow, I just punched something. That hurt. Bodylifter, and basically kind of the brains, the leader of everything that they did. That's gonna leave a bruise, jeez. And yeah, he's also kind of like a trainer too. Like he's just big and stuff, and he's all about having the American dream. And there's another thing about him. He was having the American dream, and he was all about fitness. Like he would always say his name, and he's like, I'm living the American dream, and I'm all about fitness. It would be one of the two. So that was kind of him. Then he had Chris Rocks. I believe it was Chris Rock. It was some black comedian. Who, again, bodylifter. The three main guys are all bodylifters. Let's just get that through. And basically that's it. He was just a normal bodylifter guy who also wanted to have lots of money, and it kind of came down to, with these characters, that they all wanted money, these three main characters. Except for The Rock's character. He just kind of got peer pressured into everything. Anyways, I should get off of that. Storyline. Storyline was interesting. Now, the one thing, I'm not going to mention this because this gets into negatives, but the one thing about this is that, or negatives and positives, I guess, is that this is all based off of a true story. This all happened in Miami, Florida. This all actually happened. And, a lot of it is ridiculous, but one of the cool things to help you believe that this is such a real thing is that at the end of the movie, you kind of have, the actor's name and then the character, and then it kind of pans off to the actual person's criminal photograph, and where they are now. I'm not going to spoil it at the end of the movie for some of the stuff that happens to some of the guys, but let's just say they're not in Canada, because this all took place in the US. I just spoiled the whole movie! No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and it's basically all these guys want money, so they go after this guy, Chris Krongshank, who You know, they capture, kidnap, they do all this stuff to him, try to kill him, but they didn't kill him. And then they go from there. I'm trying not to spoil the movie. Alright, negatives, positives. Negative number 1. I guess I'll be starting with negatives. They pushed the thing that it's based on a true story way too much. Like, they pushed that, like, there's a part where it's, like, big thing in the movie, and they're, you know, having this heated discussion, and stops, based on a true story. Just on the screen, it's like 5 seconds, I counted, maybe even more, of just it saying, based on a true story, nothing, just blank, everybody just like, okay, everybody in the theater's just, so, okay, we got that, you told us that, and they kept pushing that throughout the whole movie. To be fair, I understand why, because it's such a ridiculous movie, such a ridiculous story that it could only make sense that it was fictional. It could only make sense that it is a movie, but it is based off of a true story. Next negative, storyline in itself. There was a lot of things that happened, you know, I could see them happening, but a lot of them I think they put in for comedy's sake, especially where they kept Chris Croshank, whatever, however you pronounce his name, where they kept him and stuff. I honestly think they just put that in for comedy's sake. I find it very unlikely that would be where they're, you know, keeping him, but maybe it was. I don't know. I'd have to do research on that. And I literally came back from the movie about 40 minutes ago. I'm filming this now, just so it's fresh in my mind. I'm gonna start doing that with all the Maniac reviews that I can. Yeah. Next negative. There's 3 negatives. That usually doesn't happen. Some of the acting, actually. The guy who played Chris Croshank wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't the best actor that they should have had for it. He didn't do, I think, justice to what they were trying to accomplish with the character. Maybe that's just me. But there were some stuff that he did that kind of threw me off to think, oh, maybe they should have picked, maybe they shouldn't have picked this actor. I'm not going to say that because then it spoils the movie. Because I do recommend this movie if you are 18 and over. Hint me, keyword 18 and over. There's so much inappropriate stuff that happens, so much stuff. This is not a family-friendly movie. No, there's a reason why it's 18A. Like, it's flipping crazy. It is the definition of ridiculous movie, and it's not bad. It's not in a bad way, and it's not in a good way either. It's in a half and half. It's in a half and half slit. Positives. Acting, like, kind of, the guy, other than the guy who played Chris Croshank, all the acting is perfect for the characters. I loved it. I loved the acting. Beautiful. Storyline. I actually like the storyline. The way and the character development that happens in the storyline, the way that they had it all set up, you know, the way that everything happens in the movie, you can really see the character development, which is good because in a lot of movies it goes from, you know, where he is at the start to basically straight to where he is at the end. Like, there's no kind of middle thing. With these guys, you see a middle thing. You see an end. You see a point in between the beginning and the middle and the end. You see different stages of them in the 6 to 8 months that this happens in, which is great. I love that it was good character development. There was no padding. Thank God. Like, everything that was there needed to be in there. Now I went into this movie not with gigantic, you know, hopes, thinking that this is going to be a great movie. I looked at some of the reviews when I was looking at times and stuff for the movie, and they were all mixed. They were all mixed. So I didn't know what was gonna happen. I had somewhat of an idea. So really, I kind of went in blind. Not fully though, because I'd seen the trailer a couple times, but the trailers still kind of made me feel like I was just going in blind. And when I go into a movie blind, I love doing that because then I'm not biased at all. With some of the movies that I've done in the past, I was biased. I will admit that. But with this one, I couldn't be biased at all because there was nothing I could be with, other than it's America. If you come and save the mother country day. No. Other than that, you know, like, that was the only way I was biased, because it's America. It's America. America. Anyways, for rating for this movie, I'm going to give it a 3.9. Why is that? Well, the negatives. All in the negatives. There's some stuff in the storyline. Well, it wasn't even the storyline, sorry. The acting, Chris Crawshanks. And there was, sorry, I'm trying to think what, I can't even remember my other negatives. The fact that they were pushing the based on a true story, that set it really back for me. If everything else would have been great, it still would have been a 4.2 if they hadn't pushed the based on a true story thing. So yeah, that's my rating. I don't know. I went in blind to this movie. If you guys are watching this to see what my opinion is, there's my opinion on it. So I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, a favorite, a like, and on that for sub. Let's see you guys next time. Whatever I make. How he's gonna have a dragon? I'll probably start.